I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Super. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? You ready? Check, 43. How you get up there?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Breeze. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Play action. Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 38-yard line. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Rodney Gunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? There was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Well, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
95-56. 95-56. Let's go, team.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say if this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. T.J. Logan, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that.
Latavius Murray. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Murray off play action. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
12 yards there and a first down.
Hey, hold on. Check, 47. Man, I got you.
Murray now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Isabella. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. Well, several media outlets thought Andy Isabella was the top receiver in this year's class out of UMass. He dominated his senior year there. 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. They really say that he can just take a top off the defense. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Murray, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They run with Murray, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3rd and 7.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out.
Ready? Yellow waiting. Get him.
To throw, it's Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Left side, caught by Matthews. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Ready? 95-56.
That's what you got. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Rashard Matthews, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Clay that time, but it'll be second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. This is Logan. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game, just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. To try again after the sack. Murray, now he's forced out right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. A.J. Klein on the tackle there. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah,
that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Well, the second down throw on target. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
The Saints spent a third-round pick on Tre'Quan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading.
Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. I'm trying to collect. Oh, 47 Mike. 47 Mike.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Shotgun now from Murray. They'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump start. Your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run the counter with Murray. And an alley to run. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Peterson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Still going. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Check, 43. I know he ain't got it.
On first down, Breeze. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on this.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 10th carry of the game now. Murray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing now is Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Matthews on the receiving end from Breeze.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Breeze now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there, and Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing on first down is Murray. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Trey Hendrickson able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, he's going to fire this thing deep right side into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Crabtree, the intended receiver. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Then complete right side to Cook. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. On 1st down, Murray. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him? Give him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a 1st down.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
95-56.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Breeze. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Corey Peters there to bring him down. On 2nd and 7, Breeze. And Matthews has it right side. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Breeze will try again on second down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try to make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They run again with Logan. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Arizona.
On first down, Logan. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Logan. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Murray, strong running. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, no Texas start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Charles Clay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Thomas has got it, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brees. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Brees now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Murray. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. To throw is Brees. Smith catches left side. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. Brees now. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Then the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Logan, he's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Check.
On 1st down. It's Logan. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Cardinals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3, and to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On second down, it's Logan. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Murray now. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. The incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One final try here for Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Arizona, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3 to 1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly, but behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season. Really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Heavy on the edges. Check 50.
Here's Murray. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. This is Coleman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. 180.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 43. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Well, look at the numbers for Coleman in last week's game. 20 carries, 78 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On 3rd down, Logan. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Well, the Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014. And remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Murray now to throw. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun on third down, Murray forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Murray. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. On 2nd and goal, Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Murray. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. They run the counter. It's Logan, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. T.J. Logan, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Tackle made there by Robert Alford. Throwing his Garoppolo on third down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's going to go down again. D Ford in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Letting one go. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Charles Clay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Left side here, caught by Clay. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Ready?
Garoppolo now. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray, Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Watch the run.
Here's Murray from midfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
I'm going back to you.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The throw over the middle, taken in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll run on first down. Logan. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Right there. 54 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray over the middle, and it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. From the gun, Murray. Well, he's going to go for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Actually, I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards, did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's up.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D. Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd and 15 now. Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On first down, Logan. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run on 1st down. It's Logan, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49ers 34-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line.
54's Mike. Check.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
After the sack on 1st down, Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
He's got room to run past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. That good for 19 at a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Delayed give to Foster. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
On the run, it's Foster. And Foster loses the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Garoppolo looks to throw. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Garoppolo to the right side, complete to Taylor. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 yards there and a first down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cardinals,